When it comes to psychological thrillers, Amy Adams is one of the best actresses in the game. And now she is ready to captivate and confound us all once again when The Woman in the Window arrives on Netflix on Friday, May 14th. Adams stars in the film as Anna Fox, a child psychologist with agoraphobia who is unable to venture outside of her posh New York City brownstone. Instead, she spends her downtime watching other people's lives play out through her windows. On one fateful night, she witnesses something truly horrific unfold from a distance. Shortly after befriending her neighbor, Jane Russell, portrayed by Julianne Moore, Anna sees the woman being attacked in the house across the street. Because of her condition, Anna is unable to physically intervene in what seems to be a violent scene, but she does inform the authorities, and that's when things get even more upsetting. Soon, Anna is introduced to another woman, portrayed by Jennifer Jason Leigh, claiming to be Jane Russell, and Anna is forced to confront her own grasp on reality, even though she feels sure that what she saw was real.
I'm not hallucinating.
Based on the best-selling book of the same name, The Woman in the Window is a riveting murder mystery with a psychological twist that fans of thrillers like Gone Girl and The Girl on the Train will not want to miss. Here's a look at what else you should know about this story before it hits Netflix next month. The screenplay for The Woman in the Window is written by the multi-talented scribe Tracy Letts, known for adapting his own plays for the screen in Bug and Killer Joe. Letts is also an accomplished actor, appearing in critically acclaimed movies like Lady Bird, Little Women, and also has a role in The Woman in the Window as Dr. Landy. Meanwhile, the film is directed by Golden Globe nominee Joe Wright, who has previously proven his talents behind the lens with unforgettable films like Hannah, Atonement, and Darkest Hour, along with the all-timer episode Nosedive from Black Mirror. For Wright, the prospect of making a claustrophobic thriller like The Woman in the Window was very exciting. The director told Entertainment Weekly, "I liked the idea of the kind of minimalist constraints of making a film that is completely set in one house. I'm also interested in the blurring between subjective and objective reality, truth and lies, and the lies we tell ourselves and how we create our own reality." The cast of The Woman in the Window is absolutely stacked with all-star talents, too. Lead actress Amy Adams, who recently stunned audiences with her heartbreaking performance in Hillbilly Elegy, is one of the most esteemed and accomplished actresses in show business. Adams boasts a whopping 6 Academy Award nominations and counting for her performances across multiple genres, including comedies, dramas, and period films. She has also made a name for herself as an incredible screen presence in thriller stories, including the 2016 film Nocturnal Animals and her recent role as Camille Preaker in HBO's miniseries Sharp Objects. Another celebrated actress in the film is Julianne Moore, who recently won an Oscar for her work in Still Alice after earning 4 other acting nominations. Like Adams, Moore has been a standout across many genres, with some compelling work in thrillers like The Hand That Rocks the Cradle, The Forgotten, and Shelter. Gary Oldman also stars in The Woman in the Window as Alastair Russell, and he too is a seminal star with an Oscar for his gripping work in Joe Wright's Darkest Hour and 2 additional nominations for Tinker Tailor Soldier Spy and, most recently, Mank. In addition to being a celebrated dramatic actor, Oldman is also a renowned scary movie star, thanks in no small part to his titular role in Bram Stoker's Dracula.
I never drink wine.
Adding to the bevy of A-listers in The Woman in the Window is MCU star Anthony Mackie, who previously dazzled audiences in several projects like Black Mirror, Point Blank, Altered Carbon, and Outside the Wire. Wyatt Russell, who currently appears alongside Mackie in The Falcon and the Winter Soldier and is also known for his work in Black Mirror, Lodge 49, and Overlord, also has a role in the film as David. Joining the stacked cast as Detective Little is Brian Tyree Henry, who is known for his Emmy-nominated work in popular shows like Atlanta, as well as his film roles in If Beale Street Could Talk and Widows. Jennifer Jason Leigh also comes to the cast with considerable credentials, including an Oscar nod and some searing psychological thriller roles in flicks like Single White Female and Dolores Claiborne. Finally, rounding out the main cast is Fred Heschinger, who has previously impressed with his work in films like 8th Grade, Alex Strangelove, and News of the World. In other words, The Woman in the Window will thrill audiences with its showcase of thespians at the top of their game. Be on the lookout for this one when it hits Netflix in May. Thanks for watching. Click the links in our video to watch more from Netflix Film Club. Subscribe to our YouTube channel to get the latest exclusive videos. Plus, hit the bell so you don't miss a single one.